Spogaliaji, the Quint.
Congratulations, Dr. Patel, for your first policy. I think the new mechanism of UTC, we are very curious to know about that. How has it taken off, and how are you going to navigate it?
We have been meeting over the last day and a half, going through presentations, discussions, drafting, and coming to a conclusion on the policy repo rate. We have a great MPC. The 3 external members are of outstanding pedigree. They are very well-known academics. They have been involved in policy making of one sort or another for a long time, and they bring value and a dispersion of opinion, which is what the MPC is about. Our discussions were frank, often intense, but always friendly. We allowed each other to speak, and we ensured that there is no rancor, and that at the end of the day, we agreed on an MPC resolution that we have placed before the country. Thank you.
Lata?
Governor, how much of this policy is a continuation of previous policies? I asked because the word removal of liquidity deficit in the action of the MPC is not there. It was there in the previous policy. So do you persist with removal of liquidity deficit and maintaining neutral liquidity? Do you maintain that?
Let me answer that. Yeah, yes, we do. Because there is no change in that, we have not referred to it.
Okay.
So that's absolutely the case.
Okay, thanks, sir. The other 2 things which...
no, one thing. Others need a chance.
No, only in terms of continuation. 150 to 200 basis point positive real rate was the policy until some time back. Will that persist? As well, will you look at 4% inflation by Jan 2018, as was said in previous policy?
On the real policy rate, I will turn to Michael. Let me talk about the 4%. Please note that pending the amendment to the RBI Act and associated notifications, RBI indicated its resolve to contain inflation through self-imposed targets and a framework agreement with the government. Now, all those ad hoc measures are superseded by the legal amendment and the 2 associated legal notifications in addition to the MPC. 1 minute, Kalpana.
Yeah.
On the neutral rate.
So the neutral rate, as you know, and we put out research on this, is a time-varying concept, doesn't stay still at a point in time, and changes with things like demographics or the potential output itself. And the world over, the sense is that the neutral rate is going down. And that's why you see many countries actually putting in place negative interest rates. That's where they see their neutral rate. So as far as we are concerned, in continuation of what has been articulated before, if you look at the risk-free rate, that is the treasury bill rate, it's 6.5%. And if you look at inflation expectations, which is best exemplified in the RBI's own projections of 5%, so you have 1.5%. But as I said, we need to take into account the global situation where neutral rates are actually declining. So it could be around 1.25 or thereabouts.
Can I now request both DG Vishwanathan and DG Mundra to speak about the areas related to them and which are partly reflected in Part B. Mr. Vishwanathan, thank you.
Among the important announcements that you made in this policy, I would like to draw your attention to two of them. One, of course, is the plan to bring the All India financial institutions into the larger Basel type of framework by April 2018. In fact, we have been in discussion with the financial institutions and we have already drawn a plan. We'll be issuing the final guidelines in this regard by end of October. The second important announcement is relating to the S4A, which is part of the scheme to deal with the stressed assets. There was this idea that the sustainable portion of the debt, irrespective of what it was before, when it is sustainable, why